Recently, a few of us here were sitting around talking about the issue of men getting alimony. As we argued, it became clear some of us felt strongly in every direction. Some of us felt that most men don't deserve the kind of alimony a lot of women do, since by and large, women have assumed responsibility for the unpaid work of children in the home. Well, to quiet us all down, Jay Shadler decided to look into the sticky subject of American men getting alimony and what's going on in this country right now.
If the man's still making more money than the woman, then he's having to pay her, so why shouldn't she have to pay him?
If he's capable of getting a job, he certainly should. I think anyone who can work should be working.
If I was divorced, I wouldn't ask for alimony. I feel that I should be able to make it on my own.
Opinions about alimony are a lot easier to come by than the truth. And the truth is, alimony for men is rare. In fact, so few men receive alimony in this country, there are no national statistics. So the only time we usually hear about it is when it happens to a celebrity. For instance, it's estimated that Roseanne Barr pays her former husband close to $25,000 a month. But why pinch pennies? Joan Collins' ex asked for more than 3 times that, $80,000 a month. Ivan Boesky wants a cool $1 million a year from his wife, Seema. And then there's Mary McFadden and Cole Johannen.
I think the divorce in the end ends up being just business, doesn't it? I mean,
Cole Johannen married fashion designer Mary McFadden in 1989. They worked together in her design business for 2 years before they separated.
I think that what is entitled by law is some sort of understanding that those hours, those years, those efforts that I put into it should be, excuse me, compensated for. And that's why I feel entitled. That's why I am entitled.
A judge agreed and ordered McFadden to pay her husband $600 a week, plus pay his insurance and medical bills. Fair play, said the court, for Johannen's contribution to his wife's success.
What's fair for the gander is fair for the goose, just to reverse the rhyme there.
Nursery rhymes aren't exactly famed palimony attorney Marvin Mitchelson's strong suit, but he believes that if Jack and Jill go up the hill together, they both deserve what's left in the pail.
And I was there while you got these better jobs, therefore I helped you get them in that sense. We were a partnership, and therefore I'm in a position now where I need some support.
Historically, however, the American legal concept of alimony was based on the English common law right of a woman to be supported by her husband. The word itself comes from the Latin alimonia, meaning sustenance. But these were the days when marital roles were clearly defined. Columbia University law professor Martha Feynman.
A man had major economic responsibility for his wife and children, and the wife had a corresponding duty or responsibility for all the domestic aspects of the marriage, including sexual service. She had the obligation to provide her sexual services to her husband.
That's how the game was played.
Equal pay for equal work.
Until the rules and the roles began to change. In the 1960s and early 70s, the women's movement triggered a new attitude. Women and men were equal in both marriage and divorce. With more working women bringing home a paycheck and a dramatic rise in the divorce rate, pressure built to overhaul the old legal standards. In 1979, the Supreme Court handed down a landmark decision, ruling for the first time men were entitled to support.
I just think that the law should be applied equally and fairly. But
that's the legal theory, says family law attorney Gloria Allred. Here's the reality.
The situation of men and women is not exactly the same, because most women are still faced with the problems of sex discrimination in employment, which means that most women are going to be forced into low-paying, sex-segregated job ghettos. And they are going to have, in general, a more difficult time supporting themselves than men will.
What's more, in 9 out of 10 cases, it is still the woman who takes custody of the children in a divorce. So the day when women are routinely ordered to pay alimony is still a long way off. And in fact, the most recent trend in the law is to limit alimony payments altogether. They are getting shorter and smaller. Today, of the 20 million divorced women in the United States, only 15% are awarded alimony. And in 25% of these cases, the women still have difficulty collecting because their spouses refuse to pay. When they do, the average amount is $6,500 per year. Finally, as for those divorce payments to men, it's not economics but egos that are often on the line. Even if they are legally entitled, the idea of being supported by a woman is still just a little more than some men can stomach. Or as New York divorce attorney Raoul Felder put it to us,
let's be frank and be direct. Yes, it doesn't play well in the bowling alley or the pool hall, and a lot of men are governed by that. And a lot of men are just old-fashioned. I could never genetically take money from a woman.
So we'll let you square off about what you could and couldn't do at home while we take leave of you right now. Don't forget to watch 2020 tomorrow night. I'm Diane Sawyer in New York. Good night to you.